made my intervention a week and a half ago, I guess, nearly 2 weeks ago now. I said afterwards, what I fear is a death of 1,000 cuts. This is what we're seeing now. This is precisely what's going on. My view is if he resigned, he would do the best thing for the country. He would do given what's going on elsewhere, he'd do the best thing for the party, and actually he'd do the best thing for himself. So his reputation for some 3 quite big achievements will still be there. If he doesn't, it'll be, as I say, a death of 1,000 cuts, and people will not remember the good things he did.
The police said yesterday they have received over 300 photographs and 500 pages of documents as they investigate a dozen separate gatherings, including one in the Prime Minister's own Downing Street flat. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson meets Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kiev, as London says it is seeking a diplomatic solution to rising tensions with Russia. European nations start to change tactics in their bid to tackle the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, and the New York Times announces it is buying daily word challenge Wordle after the game went viral online. That's the latest feature story news. Laura Macon-Isherwood reporting.
All right, $5 if you can say her name. Make an
You
issue.
didn't pay up on your last bet, so.
Make an issue with. I didn't pay up on my last bet. Huh? Does not sound like me at all. Huh. I don't even remember making a bet. She's lying.
What was the old saying, you can't get blood out of a turnip?
That's right. Let's just squeeze it extra hard. 7:27. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. 1st of February. Welcome to February, Val.
I can't believe it's here already. I don't know where January went. It's gone.
Just Christmas a day ago or two.
It feels like it.
Time flies when you're getting old.
Well, my celebration for January 31st yesterday was to finally pack up all of my Christmas stuff and put it back in the storeroom. I'd taken it down, but it all got put in a spare bedroom. So it was just like Christmas that exploded in this one room. So that was my goal yesterday. I got it all packed up, and getting it in the storeroom to all fit, it's like doing Tetris.
Stuff falls down on your head at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to stack it strategically so you can get everything in there. So yes. So I got that done just in time for February.
All right. Did you get all teary-eyed when you're putting away your Christmas stuff?
No, I love taking it out and decorating, but it's always such a chore to put it all away again. So, yeah.
Yeah, you put it in tubs and that kind of stuff. I'd just carry it into a room and then shut the door and forget about it.
Well, as much Christmas stuff as I have, that wouldn't work.
Yes. You are the queen of flashy, sparkly, and dangly things.
That's right. The biggest entertainment, though, was having help from a 5-month-old kitten yesterday doing all this.
I bet you she thought that was fun.
She was in and out of tubs. She was jumping in paper. She was racing up and down the hallway. She thought it was the best time ever.
Mom's doing something. I can get in the middle of it.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So, Christmas is finally put to rest at Val's house.
Yes. Yeah. Just in time for February.
So you got, 3 months out of that? November, December, January?
Yeah, because I put some of it up before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, 2.5 months out of it.
And just so you folks know, my sister Val, live from, it doesn't look like New York today, live from Deer Park. She actually is the queen of, disco lights and stuff, too. So she used to, pre-pandemic, throw these big parties, invite all of her friends to come out and sample her wine and sing karaoke. And she actually has lasers and stuff in the living room.
What's a party without party lights?
Yeah, but lasers, Val, really? Did you need lasers?
Yeah, I'm trying to, imitate a disco or something.
It worked.
Emulate, maybe. But hey, you can't talk much. You're kind of the king of lights, too. You light up, put LED lights through everything.
Yeah, but I only do that in the bedroom.
So you don't have to turn the lights on?
Something like that. That was a good comeback, though, wasn't it?
It
Just
was.
a bedroom. It makes people curious when you say things like that. Well, what kind of lights does he have in his bedroom?
Instead of come see my etchings, come see my lights.
Come see my disco lights, ladies. All right, let's take a look at that weather before I can really get myself in trouble. We're looking for a very chilly high today of just 32. Just freezing. Mix of clouds and maybe even some sunshine.
Wow.
Yeah. Tonight, get out your long johns, down to 9.
Yeah, we had I think the coolest we saw last night was 11.
Oh, it's only 14 right now.
Yeah.
9 degrees tonight. Going to be another cold one. Let that water drip. 24 and 17 for Wednesday. Wow, we're not even going to get above freezing. Yep, here comes February.
After a mild January, Mother Nature needs to give us something.
Yeah, we've gotten hit hard before in February. It's looking at the forecast, though, it's not looking bad. So we got 24 and 17 tomorrow under mostly cloudy skies. And then Thursday, 32 and 25, cloudy skies. It's warming up so it can snow. Friday, 34 and 27 with just a 50% chance of snow, so not like a big storm. Because Saturday and Sunday, it's already back to partly cloudy. Daytime highs on the weekend, looking around 37. Overnight lows looking at 24. By next week, into the 40s.
Wow.
I don't see, but beginning of the week, kind of hard for the National Weather Service guys. They don't seem like they really get it going for a few days. And then all of a sudden the extended forecast gets updated and it's nothing like you say. But right now, looking into the projected first 2 weeks of February, except for the next couple days, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Looks very, very mild. I don't see any storms, any big chances of snow. So...
We need some moisture, though. I mean, people think, we've had snow on the ground for a long time, but that was from that big dump we got a while back. We really need some rain or something.
We need snowpack in the mountains is what we need with that slow melt. So
Right. And there is some snow up there, but they haven't gotten a significant amount of snow in weeks now. So we need some people. I know you want spring, but we need a little bit of winter yet, so we don't have a crazy summer.
And for those that don't know, I'm moving, and I just can't handle another summer of smoke. Neither can my lungs. And knowing my luck, I'm going to move, and there won't be any smoke. but it is Washington now. We seem to be like the new fire state.
It's terrible.
It jumped right over Oregon and turned us into California. How'd that work out?
I don't know how this stuff
I shouldn't
works.
say that. I know Oregon has their problems too.
Yeah,
but
they had bad fires last year too.
Yeah.
So.
Don't listen to Scott. He's full of it.
He's trying to be funny. Just laugh.
It just doesn't
Give
work.
him a pity laugh.
Yeah, give me a pity laugh. I beg for those all the time. All right, we made it through weather. All right.
Okay.
Maybe a few news headlines. Anything exciting going on in Deer Park? You can say no.
No.
Oh.
Nothing ever happens that's exciting in Deer Park. Although I guess we had that guy who, in the last week or so, that claimed his wife had committed suicide, and it's pretty evident that he had helped her along.
Oh, and that was a local guy in Deer Park?
Yeah, not anybody I knew, but his address was Deer Park. Yeah, he said that she committed suicide by shooting herself, and then the police showed up and went, no, that doesn't quite make sense. So.
And trajectory angles were off even, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's sad though. Sad.
It is sad. So shouldn't be laughing about it, but that's
No.
about the only Deer Park news.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a big one. You don't hear stuff like that out of small towns very often. All right. Looking at the headlines, Walking Dead actor Moses J. Mosley found dead at 31 over the weekend. A big surprise there, young guy. So,
which character did he play?
Yeah, I recognize him, but I haven't watched the Walking Dead in so long that I can't remember what his name was or what character he played. But I do recognize the actor from other things. So.
And I watched Walking Dead for a while, but then it was like you're just not used to watching a show where they continually kill off some of the major characters.
And then miraculously bring them back?
No, unless they come back temporarily as a zombie. But yeah, I was that was the one thing about it. And when they killed off one character, I was kind of like, okay, I'm really done watching this, I guess. So
They get to a point where they only have one person left from the original cast and stuff. The thing I guess I do like about it, and I think why they did it, is TV shows had gotten so bland. Especially, now let's go back 10 years when that show first came out. TV shows, I mean, it's like a carbon copy of another TV show. Walking Dead was something unique, and it was one of the first shows that started killing off stars. Where you were in love with this character, and now they just got eaten by a zombie. I don't know. There was something about that I appreciated because it was different.
yes. Yeah.
Unexpected. Unexpected.
Mhm.
It angered people online, and they'd post and throw fits and all this kind of stuff. But too late, they're dead.
Sorry.
Unless they do one of those weird things. Oh, it was all a dream, and everybody's okay. Yay!
Yeah, that didn't happen in this show.
No. But those shows that do that kind of stuff, now that just irritates me. Oh, it was a dream. You fooled me. First, you pulled at my heartstrings. It's just like when Spock died. First time I ever cried in a movie theater. And it was all for nothing because next movie, boom, there's Spock.
Well, it was like Dallas did it. Wasn't that the big thing back in the day? That Dallas brought somebody back, and it was supposed to have been a dream for the last year. And
Yeah,
then,
all that Who Shot JR stuff. And then was it all a dream? Oh.
Yeah. And then Roseanne, the Roseanne show did that too when they tried to reboot it in the last couple years. And it was all supposed to be a dream.
Isn't Roseanne the first actress that we've ever actually chased out of our country?
She did kind of stick her foot in it,
I never,
so-
she could make me laugh on her show, but I never enjoyed her. Because I guess her humor always took the mean side.
Yes.
Same reason I can never enjoy Trump, because he's just mean.
I just don't like mean people.
I don't. And I'm really surprised at the amount of people in our country that do enjoy mean people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't get that. But apparently we'd had enough of Roseanne because we ran her out of the country. Now my question is, who's going next?
Yes.
Oh, is that mean? Could that have just put me on the list?
I suppose it could. And then I feel like, when it gets to that, when somebody is called to account for their actions, then they scream cancel culture. And it's like, well, maybe you deserve to be canceled.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, Valentine's Day coming up. How about things that are happening at the libraries of Stevens County? You can check your local branch for details. Here's the website, the LOSC for Libraries of Stevens County.org. All right, the LOSC.org. I just thought this was kind of cool. It's today. Take and make Be Mine Valentine. It's February 1st until supplies are gone. Join us for this month's Take and Make an adorable Be Mine Valentine. It's B spelled B-E-E. The kits are available for all patrons, but to have a K-5 focus. But go ahead, Val. Join in.
Okay.
Pick up your kit at your local library while supplies last, beginning today, the 1st of February, as we've already covered. Roosevelt Coloring Test also going on this month. You love your libraries. Your libraries love you. During the month of February, patrons can pick up a Roosevelt's The Library Bear coloring sheet to take home. Bring your decorated coloring sheet to the library branch or post a photo of it on the Libraries of Stevens County Facebook page by the 28th to be entered into a drawing for a fun prize. And don't forget, February, missing a few days. So that is the end of the month. What happened to those days in February?
Yeah, February.
Couldn't have they made a couple other months just 30 days, so February could have had 30 days?
Yeah. It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. All right, love your library month. Cut out a paper heart and share what you love about your library. Available at Colville, Kettle Falls, Tweedle, Loon Lake, Hunters, and Northport locations. Another note here for the month, Friends of Loon Lake Library book sale this month, Friday and Saturday, the 4th and 5th, from 10 to 2. Friends of the Loon Lake Library have a double-day book sale. Also, join us February 4th and 5th from 10 to 2 at the new Springdale location. Let's see, that's 107 West Schaefer, previously Hatza Matza Pizza.
Oh, wow.
And now it's a library.
I guess I did see something about books, but I was thinking somebody was trying to do more of a bookstore than I didn't realize it was a library.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
All proceeds from the book sales support library programming and community literacy. All right. La Brewery trivia. What? Okay.
La Brewery?
Yes. Spelt like library, but brewery mixed together. Huh.
Okay.
February 17th from 6 to 7. This is a Zoom event. Join them for La Brewery Trivia. Melinda, Megan, and Lisa are back to bring you fun questions, interesting tidbits, and lots of fun. This is a free event. Register online. All right. So they'll have a link for you on their website. It's one of those bit.ly links, so I'm not going to try to read that. Well, I guess it's Librewery instead of Libraria Trivia. So it's bit.ly, Librewery Trivia, if you're a bit.ly person. All right, get cozy with local authors. This sounds like it could be fun.
Is it Library Month or something?
It is. Continue.
Okay.
I just said that. You weren't listening.
I wasn't listening,
All right.
evidently. Well, I tune you out a lot.
Oh. Most people around town say the same thing.
It's easier. All they have to do is turn the dial.
Thanks for that, Val. You don't need help getting picked on when you got a sister like Val.
That's right.
All right.
I'm practicing being Roseanne Barr.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get ejected from the country sometime soon. All right, get cozy with Libraries of Stevens County this is started in December, is running through the end of the month. Read books that are either within the cozy mystery genre or written by a local author, completely cozy activities and prizes. Track your progress with our Beanstack app or stop by your local library for a reading log. All right, let's see. Weekly story time, shorts, and sing-alongs, Thursdays at 10:30. Write that down. Colville Writers Club, Mondays from 2 to 4. Colville Book Club on the 10th, which is a Thursday. All this stuff on the losc.org. There you go. Yeah, all updated with what's happening on the libraries. I'm trying to get some of the busy people from the library, at least one guy that in particular that I like to pick on, Mr. Brian, to come on the radio show. So we got to schedule that up with him and get like the full lowdown of these things. Also, another community thing I noticed, Ted had an email in my box that says they're hiring. All right. So if you're looking for a job and a cool place to work. And I was looking at pictures of people that work at Ted, and there, lo and behold, Brandon Hanson with the big old grin on the front of the email.
He just shows up everywhere.
He does. If you would ever like to work with Brandon Hanson, here's your opportunity. They are looking for a planning director to join their team. Details on the website, TriCountyTed.com. No, Tri-County EDD. I got it right. Or just type in Tri-County Ted and it'll probably pop up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we made it through some important news events there. I think we can mosey on down to bits and breaks. I don't see any other big headlines unless you caught something I might have missed this morning. Just wait.
No, I don't think I did.
Just waiting on Russia to spice things up.
Sure. That's all we need.
That's all we need. All right. And now the drunken German chancellor or president, whatever it is going to Russia to like smooth things out. And I'm like, oh, this ought to be great. You know, things are different when Germany says no more war. Whoa, really? Either that or they're going to side up with Russia.
You never know.
You never know. All right. And I'm sure Boris Johnson just trying to do anything to get out of that spotlight. I mean, okay, he broke COVID protocols and went to a party. And they want him to resign.
Yeah.
Maybe fine him? I don't know.
I don't know.
50 lashes in public? And I'm talking eyelashes? I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. All right.
Are the British are too calm to do that to Boris, aren't they? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. You would think they'd be more along the lines of, like you said, slap his wrist or something. It's interesting that they're calling for his removal.
Well, look what our presidents do, and we just go, let's do a pretend impeachment and call it good. So I call them pretend impeachments because they never really happen.
Nope. They never. I mean, when was the last time Nixon that we had a real impeachment? Or did he just up and quit first?
I think he just saved it. He knew he was. I think it gets to the point where that would cross the line where you knew you're done. You might as well quit.
Yeah.
All right. Something we can all look forward to. Val, who comes out tomorrow? Tomorrow? There's always tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah. What's tomorrow?
Phil Pops.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
You know,
All right.
Who's Phil?
I have no idea.
Puxatawny Phil. Come on, it's Groundhog's Day.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It was not. Oh, so we're talking about Puxatawny Phil. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I'm catching up.
Wow.
So tomorrow,
Wow.
tomorrow is the day, February 2nd, better known as Groundhog's Day. And so the big question is, will we have more weeks of winter?
I hope not.
Early Wednesday
Personally.
morning, Puxatawny Phil comes out of his warm den, and there is an official website if you care. I don't know. I want to know how often he's actually right.
I don't think it's pretty good odds, I wouldn't say. And I wouldn't go to their website to find that out because they're probably going to pad it. He's right 99.99% of the time.
Well, and part of it is, I mean, around here this time of year, it's usually gray and foggy. And so, I mean, a groundhog around here is almost never going to see a shadow.
Never.
So, yeah.
All right. So why is Groundhog Day a great holiday, Val?
Oh, because you don't have to buy anything for anyone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unlike, your Valentine's Day coming up when you should buy something for some people. You don't have to clean your house.
That's true. That's true.
Not time for spring cleaning yet. Your in-laws don't come over.
Ooh, bonus.
Bonus. You wake up and it's over by 8 o'clock. Then it's a regular day.
I'm going to call you up tomorrow and go, oh, by the way, can I come over for the Groundhog's holiday dinner?
The only bad thing is you don't get a day off from work.
Oh, that's true. What if we made it a national holiday and everybody got together for meals and ate groundhogs? This is a new holiday. I think this could be
a new holiday.
Huh. I'm not full yet. Do you have another groundhog on a stick?
Oh, you ate the last one, Scott.
Oh, is that a turkey leg? No, it's a groundhog. Chubby little bugger, wasn't he? Okay. Well, we eat lots of weird things. I don't think it's that horrible. People might be going, oh, that's gross. But no.
My son ate a squirrel before.
Oh, look, a groundhog on a stick.
Roasted over an open flame.
That's right. What would you like on your groundhog?
Ooh, I don't know. You might need some barbecue sauce.
Oh, barbecue Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be fun at your house, Val. I can't wait. All right. Just in case you didn't know, I got a little more groundhog stuff, okay? Okay. Wednesday, of course, that's tomorrow, is Groundhog Day, which naturally leads film fans to thoughts of the classic 1993 comedy from Harold Ramis starring Bill Murray, right? Groundhog's Day. One of the big questions for many fans of the film, which has turned into like some kind of cult thing, is just how long was Phil Connors, Mr. Murray, stuck reliving the same day in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania during the event seen in Groundhog's Day. One article estimates 9 years of repeating the same day.
Because didn't he learn languages and how to play the piano and
all sorts of
stuff? Yeah.
Harold Ramis originally estimated 10 years on one DVD commentary, then in response to the 9-year computation, revised the number to be much higher. So how long was it really? Harold Ramis eventually said, I think the 10-year estimate is too short. It takes at least 10 years to get good at anything, and allotting for the downtime and misguided years he spent, it had to be more like 30 or 40 years.
Wow. You once you go insane, I think I would actually lose my mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
I relive Tuesdays over and over.
Wow, and they're all saved on video, too. All right. Something fun, Val. Tell me something fun.
Anything?
Or perhaps what some kind of people sneak on planes.
Yeah, airport officials in China shared some of the things passengers have tried to sneak on flights.
Okay.
A 37-year-old woman went through security but was called back when guards noticed she looked nervous. A recheck produced a 3-inch knife stuffed in her bra, which she claimed was to peel fruit on her flight.
Or the person next to me.
Oh, a passenger was so unwilling to part with his pet lizard that he packed it away in his carry-on.
Aw, it's kind of cute.
Then he claimed it was like a what do they call that? A service animal. What do they call the ones when you get it for your emotional health?
Therapy animal.
There we go.
This is my therapy cobra.
A young woman tried to sneak a lighter through airport metal detectors by tucking it in her hair.
Ooh, lighter.
Light your hair on fire.
What's the purpose of that?
Yeah, a 50-year-old smoker was stopped when security found several matchsticks folded in a wad of cash. The passenger claimed he used them to pick his ears. Well, how many times did you used to see that? You know, the big old matchsticks when somebody was cleaning out their ears with them?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Then you don't want to stick it in your mouth.
Yeah, but they do.
We were in Sears, and this was years and years and years ago. And it was a guy that was behind the counter, and we walked by, and he's like picking his ears with his car keys.
That seems kind of dangerous.
But you're like, really? Yeah, it was bizarre. We'll finish this little section off with a passenger who had a ping pong paddle almost fooling security until an x-ray machine revealed a razor inside of his paddle.
What are people planning to do here? This seems really dangerous.
You really want a razor with you if you're going to stick it inside your ping pong paddle.
Oh, that's disgusting. All right.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
All right. How about some things that these are were predicted to die off but are still going strong? All right. So maybe you think of things that should have died or did die. Starting off with vinyl records. They disappeared. And strangely enough, they outsold CDs in 2021, which have disappeared. Because
that's pretty wild.
It is.
Do you still have a turntable?
Yes, there is one in the studio. It gets used rarely. I do have a buddy though that's still got a turntable, super into getting the new records on vinyl, just all about it. So, but they actually outsold CDs, which isn't saying much, but they did outsell CDs. Books versus ebooks. Turns out we can still enjoy both.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people were worried that ebooks were going to take over, but too many people just love the feel of that book. And, you know, how fun is it to have a bright light in bed?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true. What I liked about, especially kind of living like not right in town, I mean, not like we're that far from Spokane, but I hate going to Spokane. So it was just kind of nice to go, oh, I need a new book to read, and you know, pop on Amazon and pick out whatever you want. So, So there is that convenience of the ebook, but people still like to have that feel, like you said, of a book in their hand.
COVID-19 predicted to die off, but still going strong.
Oh, that's the worst.
It is. It turns out it does its own upgrade every few months.
It does.
Yeah, things that file that away under things that make you go, what's the worst possible way to be woken up, Val?
Oh, one person says, and this was asked on Reddit. So one person responded, I was sleeping on an air mattress and my friend dove onto the other side of the mattress, bouncing me up into the air. I woke up not touching the ground, weightless, falling. I sure got the adrenaline going.
That's awesome.
You know, when you have those falling dreams, you know, and this guy really got to experience it for real.
I had my first wife one time tickle my nose to wake me up, and so you wake up startled. You know, you do the face rub and wake up startled, and she was like nose to nose with me, and she said, "Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey," and I've hated that saying since then.
Do you wake up swinging though? Because our older brother, I think, used to wake up swinging.
Yes, if you startle me, and our dad wake up swinging. And I felt so bad. I actually decked one of the kids one time.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad, but I was sleeping and snoring, and they thought it'd be funny to stick something up my nose, and somebody got punched. And I felt so horrible. Oh,
Well,
man.
maybe they shouldn't have stuck something up your nose.
Especially when you know, hey, don't startle him. He swings.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
For those who have dogs or cats, the sound of
Oh, yeah. Oh.
your dog is about to throw up all over your bed or your floor. Oh, it was my cats. Yeah, they'd be up on the bed, and all of a sudden you'd hear that hairball cough, and you're like, oh no. So you're trying, because I don't want to like throw my cats off the bed. So you're trying to get them off the bed without launching them across the room. It's an awful way to wake
Your
up.
cat's not smart enough, because mine will like start choking and like go right to the edge of the couch and projectile vomit all over the floor and not get any on the couch. It's pretty impressive.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah,
Yay, cats.
I found a meme one time that said it was like, it showed this cat, and it says, I don't know, it had a look on its face, and it's like, when you had to throw up and you made it to the carpet on time.
Oh, ain't that the truth, huh?
Yeah. How about this one? Waking up and thinking you have hours left to sleep, and then hearing the alarm go off right as you're about to drift back into sleep.
I hate that. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah. My friend's dad woke up once by pouring a gas can on him.
Ooh.
Yeah. When my friend realized what was going on, his dad was lighting a match and threw it at him. The gas can, fortunately, was filled with water. My friend never overslept for school again. Wow.
That's scary.
Wow. That parent was sadistic.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is horrible. Oh, another one. I rarely am able to sleep on airplanes, but I was on a flight last year, and someone managed to nod off into a peaceful slumber. Or somehow not managed to do that. All of a sudden, I'm jostled awake by an intense free-falling feeling and screams of terror coming from all around me. You know that 1 in 1,000 type of turbulence pilots talk about from time to time? The plane went to what felt like a sideways dive at like a 30 to 40 degree angle for a good 6 to 8 seconds. Everyone in the plane lost it. The pilot regained control and all was well. They admitted on the intercom that it was some of the worst turbulence they'd ever encountered. I woke up right in the middle of that.
We're all going to die.
Oh,
that'd be a horrible
just the
feeling.
Screaming. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I have to look over the person next to you. Are we crashing?
And then finally, that one might take the cake right there, but one more. One time I was woken up by my 3-year-old cousin sitting on my chest and rubbing peanut butter into my mustache. When I opened my eyes, she said, "We're out of cornflakes. Fix it."
Alrighty then. Great way to be woken up.
Yeah, no kidding. I just love that. Fix it.
All right. I'm trying to think if I can come up with a worse one, and I haven't so far, besides the wakey eggs and bakey.
Yeah, and mine was, I think probably is just the cat or the dog. You know they're about ready to throw up. That's probably the worst.
All right.
Or your child. You're when you have young kids and you hear them coming down the hallway and you realize they're not going to make it to the bathroom before they puke. That's a pretty bad way to wake up too.
That would be bad. That would definitely be bad. All right, moving along this morning. Oh, I wonder if I come up with some theme music for this. Let me try. No, that's not going to work. That's pretty good. Let's see if this one fits. I think that's probably best. It's time for what Scott thinks about in the shower. It's creepy, I know. All right.
So Brad had evidently never heard this little thing you do about Scott's thoughts in the shower.
Well, it happens once a week, so how can he not?
And that's what I said to him. I'm like, you've never heard it before as you're listening to the station? And he's like, no, and it's kind of creepy.
It's supposed to be. All right. Deep shower thoughts from Scott. Over your lifetime, most of your weight gain and weight loss has been putting on and taking off clothes.
Oh, well, who gets on the scale with their clothes on? Right?
That's right. That's right. But you can feel good about it because you've lost and gained a lot of weight each day.
Each day.
All right. Turning lemons into lemonade only works if life gives you some sugar.
I like that one.
Give me some sugar, baby. Large percentage of omelets become scrambled eggs. Really got stuck on that one. Is the S or the C in scent silent? Just trying to work it out.
Yeah.
12 p.m. is a lot earlier than 11 p.m.
That's true.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
It doesn't.
Number 8 is actually a twisted O. Or 0, however you want to look at it.
Sign of infinity.
Uh-huh. Billboard advertising is permitted distracting for drivers.
Yeah,
It's
they are all
distracted
about the
driving.
distracted driving. Yeah.
Yeah, billboards. Mm-hmm. All right, last one. I know this is painful. Everyone has been an infant, but no one really knows what it's like to be one.
There's so many people that act childish, though.
Oh, yeah. I want to be an infant for a day. You know, what would be the worst about that is filling your diaper. Yeah.
And hoping you had somebody around to fix that for
what?
you.
Nobody. I shouldn't have tried this by myself. All right.
Just wrong.
Enough of what I thought about in the shower. I'm going to spare you the last two because, well, they're just not that good. Here we go.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
A little head-to-head trivia with my sister Val and her brother
I
Scott.
will ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Is it okay that I referred to myself in the third person?
That was the first time today.
Oh, good. It's kind of strange when you run into people that refer to themselves in the third person constantly.
You know, I have never really run into that type of person, but you've mentioned to me before that you know someone that does that.
Yeah. It's a kind of a different thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Val is smart and Val is special.
That's for sure. All right, Val, do you want to deliver today's trivia? And I will deliver you yesterday's.
Okay, perfect.
Would you like to
All
start?
right. I will start.
Okay.
What do Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, Gladys Knight, and Eric Church have in common?
Wow. That's like a long span too.
Yes.
They've all been on American Idol.
No.
Okay.
I will give you a hint. It's something that's coming up really soon.
Something that's coming up on really soon, like Valentine's Day? Sooner than Valentine's Day. They're all performing for Groundhog's Day? The Super Bowl. They're all going to be at the Super Bowl.
They've all sung the national anthem at the Super Bowl.
Okay. Woo,
Yeah,
I was kind of close.
Kind of close.
All right.
You got it.
Okay. The Talon slide fastener. Was it invented in 1913? Today it's known better as what? The Talon slide fastener.
I would say like a zipper.
It is a zipper. Ding, 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 ding. Wow, you're fast.
Well, that one was that was pretty easy, I would say,
All right,
in
I
the
don't
realm
know.
of trivia that we've done.
Okay.
All right. How about this one? It takes about 54,545 of these to make a pound. Over 54,000 of these to make a pound.
Boogers.
I know you've been collecting them for a long time.
I know. Still, I'm almost up to 2 pounds. So they're very small. It takes 54,000. I'm going to say it's snowflakes.
No, it is not a snowflake. It is, I'll give you a hint. It's living and breathing.
It's living and breathing. It takes that many to make a pound, 54,000.
Yes.
The bugs on my body, the skin bugs.
Well, you're getting closer, but this is something we don't see in our area. You would probably be more apt to see it in a big metropolitan area and maybe more on the East Coast.
Like head lice? I give up.
Think of the grossest insect you could come up with.
The grossest insect I could come up with. And it's on the human body?
No, it's not on the human body.
All right. Where did I get that from?
I think it's an insect. Anyway, it's cockroaches. 54,000 cockroaches to equal 1 pound.
You know, that came through my mind, but I didn't say it because they're pretty big sized. I would think 54,000 of them would weigh more than a pound.
You would think so.
They're probably very, very light, though. Like stink bugs.
That could be.
Because I pulled like a stink bug nest out of a wall in a tower shack one time, and it was huge. You know, it was probably a 1-by-1 nest, and it was as light as a feather. So maybe there's something to that. What was really gross is the nest was made up of their dead brothers and sisters.
Oh.
But mainly sisters.
I think for us, stink bugs are our version of
cockroaches. They are.
They are. Hate those things.
Oh, they're disgusting.
When you pick up a stack of wood, like to go put it in to stoke the stove, and then you get that stink bug smell, and you're like quickly brushing yourself off like this, making sure it's not on you.
Oh. The best thing was the first time your cat finds a stink bug.
Yes.
Or, you know, and they might do it a couple times in their life because they forgot from last year that you don't want to sniff that thing. But
or take a bite of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the look on their face. It's horrific. You feel so bad for them. All right. 10% of adults say this annual event is the most stressful thing they do all year. This happened the other day. This one came up.
Oh. So is it like a holiday event?
You're warm.
Okay.
The most stressful thing annual. This is something most people do annually, not everybody.
Oh, how about file taxes?
No.
Oh.
This should be something that should be fun, but is actually pretty stressful. Most people do it at least once a year, but some people might go a couple years before they get to do it.
Oh, before they get to do it or have to do it?
Get to do it.
Oh. Gosh, go to the dentist?
Go on vacation.
Oh, it's stressful to go on vacation.
Yeah, haven't you ever been on one of those trips where you come back and go, wow, I need a vacation from my vacation?
That's because usually I've had so much fun.
Oh, okay. Well, I've had one.
I think when it gets stressful. So we went back in October to North Dakota to see Mom for her 90th birthday. And we get within 50 miles of Mandan where she lives. And I realized that I've made our hotel reservations for Minot.
Oops.
Which is 80
like
miles
120 miles away.
So in those circumstances, yes, if you have itinerary problems, flight problems, all of that, I'm sure it can be very stressful. But yeah, because it was all of a sudden you're like, oh no, what do I do now? It worked out okay. They were very nice about switching my reservation at the last minute. But it was very stressful.
It was like North Dakota, like they're full or something.
Right, but it was more along the lines of, are they going to give me a refund or credit me for the Minot hotel? Or are they going to want to charge me because it's,
your fault.
An hour before we're supposed to check in? And they were thankfully very nice about it.
Oh. All right, so what do you got next?
All right, 1 mile of this takes up 17 acres of land. 1 mile takes up 17 acres of land.
1 mile of this takes up 17 acres. That's really vague.
It is pretty vague.
You get a hint?
I'm trying to think of a hint that wouldn't completely give it away. I don't know how I can give you a hint that doesn't completely give it away.
Boogers?
We're back to boogers. But they weigh next to nothing.
They weigh next to take up a lot of space, though.
Let's see. Gosh, I just don't know what I can do. I'm going to have to just give it away. I-94 is one of these.
I-94?
Or I-90. It's I-94 in North Dakota. I-90.
So like pavement and highways?
Yeah, 4-lane highway.
A 4-lane highway takes up 17 acres? 1 mile.
1 mile takes up 17 acres of land.
Yeah, who would have guessed that?
Yeah, that was, I mean,
It's
and
like
how
the
do you
worst
give a hint
trivia
for
question ever. Yeah.
that? I agree. All right.
How about some breakfast bingo for you as we wrap this up?
Okay.
All right. You remember bingo, B-I-N-G-O, right?
B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O.
Let's let it just go with it.
And Bingo was his name. Oh.
One of the ways you can cook an egg.
Boil. Yeah, I get. No, yeah, boiled eggs. Okay. Boil.
Yes, it's a B word, Val. In agriculture, it is the replacement or supplementation of rainfall with water from another source in order to grow crops.
Irrigation.
Opposite of positive.
Negative.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Scott. Fruit used to make wine.
Grapes.
And a billionaire former talk show host.
Billionaire former Oprah.
There you go. You just spelled bingo. Congratulations. Wow. Wow. All right. We're going to take a little break, recharge our coffee cups, and thank a couple sponsors, and we'll be back with today's birthdays, odd news, and some crazy stories. But you got to stay right here. It's KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio, and we will be right back.
It's 8:13.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414.
This is KCHW, Chewelah, 102.7 FM.
This portion of programming brought to you by New Health.
New Year's resolution or not, at New Health they can help you on your journey to a healthier new year. From preventative exams, chronic disease management, acute illness, dental, pharmacy, and behavioral health care needs, they have you covered in 2022. At New Health, they're committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open-access health care for all. Their medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits. Schedule today for a new patient appointment. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs. Curbside COVID-19 tests and vaccinations are also available. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That's 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit their website at newhealth.org for a location nearest you. New patients are welcome, and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. Get healthy with New Health in the new year.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, February the 1st, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. Missouri ranks middle of the pack in a new report assessing states' proposals for using American Rescue Plan funds for schools.
The federal stimulus bill last year dedicated $125 billion for K-12 education, with 2/3 of it made immediately available. This month, the U.S. Department of Education approved states' applications for how they'll use the last third. Nicholas Munyon-Penny co-authored the report with Education Reform Now, which gave Missouri and 24 other states a yellow light for overall equity in their plans.
Missouri is requiring that districts explain how they're going to be allocating their funds based on student need. So that was really good to see. But then we're also concerned really about ensuring that these funds are being tracked and being transparent.
Missouri's priorities include sustaining safe operations in schools, addressing the impact of lost instructional time, expanding broadband access, and supporting the educator workforce. The state has faced a severe teacher shortage, and the funding will help address working conditions, strengthen mentor programs for early career teachers, and provide more social-emotional services to educators. I'm Lily Bolke reporting.
That report recommends states collaborate on their plan, sharing ways to increase transparency and improve data collection and reporting. A majority of Washington healthcare workers report feeling burned out in the pandemic. That's according to the latest survey. Legislation aims to address their concerns by ensuring safe staffing levels as well as rest and meal breaks.
Companion bills in the State House and Senate create staffing ratios for different departments within a hospital. They also repeal certain exemptions from overtime and rest break requirements, holding hospital administrators accountable with potential fines. State Senator June Robinson of Snohomish County, sponsoring the Senate bill, says it protects both staff and patients.
It's just heartbreaking to think about them feeling horrible because they weren't able to provide the care they wanted to, but it's also horrifying to think about patients. They are not getting the care that they need because of a lack of appropriate staffing.
Hospital administrators point to the nationwide shortage of healthcare workers as a reason for staffing issues. I'm Emily Scott.
According to a December poll of Washington Healthcare Union members, 49% said they're likely to leave the profession in the next few years, citing staffing issues as one of the main reasons. From CNN, U.S. District Judge Lisa Wood on Monday rejected the plea deal reached by prosecutors and Travis McMichael on hate crime charges, a plan that would have precluded his federal trial in killing Ahmaud Arbery. The next hearing in the case will be Friday. This is PNS. Now to Wyoming, where advocates for Latino communities welcomed the latest voter redistricting maps advanced last week.
The 6231 plan, which is expected to be presented to lawmakers in the upcoming session, would add 3 new state legislative districts, 2 for the House and 1 for the Senate. Antonio Serrano with the group Juntos says more and more Latinos are building homes, businesses, and raising families in South Cheyenne, and they want to have a say in how things run.
Like everyone else does. And when they were proposing the I-80 compromise, which thankfully it didn't pass, what was at risk was taking away any power that that community had to have a say in how we live in this community.
Serrano and others worried that the I-80 compromise draft map would in effect allow politicians to pick their voters rather than letting community residents choose their representatives by separating South Cheyenne's communities of color into separate districts. Federal law prohibits states from discrimination in redistricting on the basis of race or ethnicity. The once-a-decade redistricting process is triggered by new census data and is meant to ensure that districts follow changes in population. I'm Eric Galatis.
Gas stoves in home kitchens are leaking a lot more methane gas than previously known, which has implications for the fight against climate change, according to a new study. It comes from Stanford University. Researchers found in the U.S. each year gas stoves emit 2.6 million tons of methane, which is the same amount of greenhouse gas as 500,000 cars. Eric LaBelle, a senior scientist at the nonprofit PSE Energy Oakland, is a study co-author.
Over about 20 years, the total climate impact of the same weight of methane gas is 86 times more than the same weight of carbon dioxide. So methane leaks are very important, even small leaks.
Multiple cities in California, including Berkeley, Oakland, and San Francisco, have banned gas ranges in new construction. Finally, our Jonah Chester lets us know Illinois lawmakers considering a bill proponents say could benefit water quality not only locally, but in places as far-flung as the Gulf of Mexico.
The proposal would update the state's conservation programs and help local organizations set goals and implement projects to reduce the spread of excessive nutrients, such as nitrogen and phosphorus, that end up in the water. Elliot Clay with the Illinois Environmental Council explains those nutrients can disrupt marine ecologies and cause harmful algal blooms.
The bottom line is it also impacts people's drinking water. A lot of rural Illinois is dependent on well water and like aquifers and those kind of things.
According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, most nutrient runoff seeps into the Mississippi River from farms.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported, heard on radio stations big and small. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. Set, go. All right, good morning. Time for part two. It's Scott and Val, live 822 KCHW 102.7. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Live on Facebook and YouTube, too. If you'd like to see my beautiful sister. Me, probably not so much.
Good morning.
All right. Exciting stuff today. We've got some really good odd news stories that kind of made me chuckle as I was digging for sound effects right there. So that's always fun.
Yeah.
Stick around for that. First up, though, I forgot local birthdays. Local birthdays? I get to flip the calendar to February.
Exciting.
I
the
know.
most exciting thing that's going to happen to Scott all day long.
It probably is. I turned the calendar. All right, looking for some birthdays here. We have Sharon Lorenz, Cruz Katzer, Mark and Jerry Trudeau having an anniversary. So 2 birthdays and an anniversary and some applause. And for celebrity birthdays, we go to my sister live from Deer Park.
That's right. Billy Mummy from Lost in Space is 68 years old today.
Okay.
Sherilyn Fenn from Twin Peaks is 57. Twin Peaks, that was a weird show. And for anybody that wants to know if she was in something more recently, she did a few episodes of Shameless on a Netflix show. So,
all right. So when on Twin Peaks, didn't they have a little weird radio station in that show too?
They did.
All right.
Yeah. Lisa Marie Presley is 54. Why did I think she was older than that? I mean, she's younger than us.
It kind of surprises me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Pauly Shore is 54.
He was so bad.
Michael...
So bad. So bad. Do you remember the Pauly Shore movies, like early 90s? They were so bad. He had so he came on to MTV as a DJ, got a couple movies, and then he's luckily disappeared ever since.
Not to be missed. Nobody's
nobody's looking for him.
Okay. Michael C. Hall from Dexter and 6 Feet Under is 51 today. Lauren Conrad from The Hills and Laguna Beach is 36. Heather Morris, she is in Glee and she's 35. MMA fighter Ronda Rousey is 34. And Harry Styles from One Direction is 28 today.
One of my lifetime dreams is to be punched by Ronda Rousey. Just to be able to say,
find somebody to punch you, just maybe not her.
She might even kick me too. Who knows? It is MMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is one tough lady. Ouch. All right, a little bit of history. Let's do that. It happened today. We start off in 1790, where the Supreme Court of the United States convened for the first time in New York City. 1887, Harvey Wilcox of Kansas started selling off 120 acres he owned in Southern California as a real estate development. His wife named it Hollywood.
And the rest is history.
That's right. On to 1949, the 45 record was introduced by RCA Victor. And in 1964, Governor of Indiana declared the Kingsman hit Louie Louie was pornographic. He asked the radio stations across the state not to play it.
I had to, when I read that, I had to go on and look at the lyrics for it. And I was like, how could anybody make that pornographic? Because it's really tame.
You haven't seen me dance to Louie Louie then, huh?
Evidently not.
It's quite the sight.
Yeah, I was a little bit, so nothing pornographic about that.
1964, G.I. Joe was introduced by Hasbro. Its first one sold for $2.49. A figure's name came from a 1945 film, The Story of G.I. Joe.
Wow, I wonder how much that one is worth today if you still had one in the box.
Oh, I bet you a nice little chunk of change.
Probably 2.4 million.
Yes, that sounds fair to me. Let's see. 2003, Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrated. 2004, during the Super Bowl halftime show, in what was termed as a wardrobe malfunction, yes, Janet Jackson was exposed, resulting in a $550,000 fine against CBS's parent company, Viacom.
Oh.
Same thing happened to KCHW one time when I lost one of my shoes.
Did you have to take that out and trade instead of paying the fine?
Yeah, I did. I've always joked around that if they ever come to fine us here at KCHW, I'm just going to hand them the keys. What? Because the minimum fine's like $4,000, and that's a hand slap. Then the next one, the basic one, is like $17,000 fine. And we got a $17,000 fine. We just hand them the keys.
Again, you can't get blood out of a turnip.
That's right. 2018, the Indian government announced a plan to give 500 million people free health care.
Oh.
Why can't we do that in the U.S.?
That would be nice.
2021, Wisdom, the albatross, the world's oldest known bird, hatched a chick at 70 at the Midway Atoll National Wildlife Refuge in the North Pacific. 70 years old. And it hatched a chick. That's pretty good.
Well, yeah.
On to special events. Val's going to round up the month for us, and then today has a ton of them as well.
Yeah, and so does the month. So February is American Heart Month, American History Month, Black History Month, Children's Dental Health Month, International Friendship Month, National Cherry Month, National Embroidery Month, National Grapefruit Month.
Sorry, Embroidery Month?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't wait.
National, what are you going to do to celebrate, Scott?
Run a needle through my finger by accident, probably.
National Snack Food Month. I'll go with that one. National Wild Bird Feeding Month, Responsible Pet Owners Month, National Cherry Month. Did we already mention that?
I think you did.
And National Grapefruit Month. We're just repeating ourselves at this point. National Hot Breakfast Month, National Macadamia Nut Month, National
National Skip It Month.
And we'll skip that one. And returning shopping carts to the supermarket month.
Why were you afraid to say condom?
Well, I didn't know, because I've said stuff before that I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. I thought about changing it to Trojan or something.
That was the hesitation where you're trying to come up with a different word for condom. Okay.
Okay.
Good job, Val.
Give me a round of applause, please.
Okay. More likely, though, I'll just do this for you. Oh, I lost it.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, it's better than that. Just laughing at you.
Okay, well, I've been laughed at before.
I know.
And then let's get on to today's events, which is African American Coaches Day.
Okay.
Candy Making Day. That seems like an odd time. Well, maybe it's because of Valentine's Day, but that's
making
like
your
odd
own.
time
You think that I don't think that's probably a big thing for people making their own candy. Do you? I mean,
around the holidays, around Christmas, but yeah, it just seems like an odd time to have that.
And I know we covered it before, but I so much miss at the holidays Mom's candy that she used to make. You know, the shards of glass.
Yes, anise candy, however you pronounce that. Shards of glass.
Shards of glass. She made it in, I think we covered this once before, but she made it in a frying pan. And just maybe like a 1/4-inch layer of the whatever she put together to make the candy. And then she cooked it, and then she let it cool, and it turns hard. And then she dropped the pan and like shatter it. And it was like broken glass. And we ate it as kids, and you could like hurt your gums and stuff with it because it was really sharp.
It was so good.
You could send it to prison for people to have shivs and stuff. and the evidence dissolves.
That's right. And it's sugar and water, and then you add whatever flavor you want is basically the whole ingredients for this thing.
And how does that make glass?
Well, once you heat sugar at a high enough temperature, it hits what they call the hardball stage.
Okay.
And then that's when it cools, it's like glass. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
You could have took that in so many different directions, though, to make your own candy.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's change your password day.
I hate that.
I hate when I'm forced to change a password. And even like when you think you've forgotten your password and you type it in and then it says, you must change your password, or you finally say you forgot it. And then you go in and you put it in and goes, that was your last password you used. You need to check a new one. I was like, I just typed that in 5 times and now you're telling me it was the last one I used.
And I don't get it either because they have internet standards. They can come up with HTTPS and get everybody across the internet to use it, but they can't come up with a uniformed password protocol. And that seems ridiculous to me. It should be the same everywhere, the same requirements everywhere. It makes it impossible to keep track of your passwords. And, people, since they know I know computers, they always ask me to help them. And passwords are a nightmare for everyone. And especially when you get into the elderly, they just forget it. They forget where they wrote it down. They forget where they put it. It is an ongoing nightmare for me. I hate passwords.
I do too.
And the CAPTCHA, the same thing for CAPTCHA.
Yes.
They need to come up with some kind of uniform CAPTCHA. And this thing where they put up pictures and say, tell us which ones are a fire hydrant. And you got some blurry, grainy picture that,
Yeah.
you can't even see the background and that there was actually a fire hydrant there and you missed that one. So they're going to make you do it over and over and over. Yeah, it's horrible.
There's a hilarious commercial out right now, and I don't even know the product. Maybe it's Geico. But it does this whole thing where it's got an actual robot sitting at a computer. And so he's having to do the I'm not a robot thing. And so he says to the gal at the next desk, is this a 5 or? And she's like, yeah, I think that's a 5. And so then he puts it up and he does it and is trying to click the right things. And it's like, it's telling him he did it wrong and he's going error. And then he gets really mad. And then the delivery person comes in with his coffee, and it's like, order for Rob Ott. And he finally gets mad and like disintegrates everything with his laser eyes. But it's pretty funny if you haven't seen it.
I have not. I want to see that one. Oh.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right, we begged on passwords.
That's right. It's G.I. Joe Day, and that's probably because our last story where the first G.I. Joe came out in 1964.
Yep.
The Spunky Old Broads Day. I think it's a day to honor our mom because she is a spunky old broad.
Oh, man. What'd she have last week? 3 surgeries?
Yeah. A good 2, anyway.
A good 2.
Blood clots. Yeah. It is Dark Chocolate Day. Ooh, yum.
Really?
And then, it has to be a good dark chocolate, though. Not Hershey's dark chocolate.
I've never tasted a good dark chocolate.
I
mean,
yeah,
it's a tolerable dark chocolate, but I could never put dark chocolate and good in the same sentence.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's not Hershey's, it's probably going to be good.
All right.
And then it's Cake Pops Day.
What's that?
I think it's a cake that you make look like a lollipop. I don't know.
You're just making that up, aren't you?
I'm just making stuff up now.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow. Cake Pops. I'm gonna Google it because it sounds like something I would eat.
Well, cake and pop.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to see if I can get to my keyboard and look up what a cake pop is. I have to hide the keyboard because otherwise the kitten steps on it.
Oh,
So
it looks
so
like
now-
some kind of lollipop, but it's cake.
Well, that's what I said. A cake that looks like a lollipop.
Wow. And guess what? It's on a stick. Just like, what was it earlier? Groundhogs.
Groundhogs on a stick.
Yeah, groundhog barbecue tomorrow at Scott's. He's definitely not going to see the sun in his shadow. Mhm.
RSVP if you want to come over.
Was that wrong in any fashion?
In every fashion.
In every fashion. Excellent. Huh. All right, number for the day is 460 million, and that's the gallons of gasoline and diesel consumed in the United States every day. 416 million gallons of fuel.
You
per
know,
day.
and I found that word consumed odd because I don't consider that you consume milk or
We're using it.
consume gasoline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just seemed like a strange use of the word.
Our cars do take it in one end and put it out the other, though. Just saying.
That's
It is kind of
true.
consumed by the car.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we've been hearing about it. I just keep getting bits and breaks in the news. I'd never even heard of Wordle.
You hadn't heard of Wordle. I thought we talked about it last week.
Huh?
Did we?
If,
No?
if
All
you
right.
did, I wasn't paying attention to you.
Well, what goes around comes around.
Uh-huh. Last year, Josh Wardle, a software engineer in Brooklyn, New York, created the word game Wordle as a gift for his girlfriend. It was released to the public in October and exploded in popularity in a matter of months. On Monday, the New York Times announced it had purchased Wordle from Wardle. When the game moves to the New York Times, Wordle will be free to play for new and existing players, and no changes will be made to its gameplay. New York Times reports it acquired Wordle for an undisclosed price in the low seven-figure range. How nice is that?
Wow. Yeah, you just come up with something for, just to entertain your girlfriend, and now you've made over $1 million.
And it looks like they've broken up.
And she took half of everything he had.
But you made it for me, so it's half mine.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a strange one, and people are really, really sucked into it. It's like you only have so long to play, and just once a day, and yeah, I have not investigated it myself.
All
so.
right.
All right. This story was really interesting to me because I didn't know it existed anymore. Kind of like our earlier thing we did. It says will the Coca-Cola company bring back Tab? I didn't know you could still get Tab.
Huh. Well,
For
okay.
younger listeners, Tab was like the first diet soda.
And it was like diesel fuel.
Oh, it was awful.
And it was a cola, wasn't it? Supposed to? I know it was dark. Was it supposed to be
Yeah.
a cola?
I think it was supposed to be a cola.
But yeah,
So,
you never.
yeah.
I've never tasted. I can't believe it's got fans.
I can't either. So it's been a question if Coca-Cola will bring it back. Probably not, but fans hope the success of their online petition will be noticed by Tab's parent company, Coca-Cola. In October 2020, fans of Tab got the bad news. Among the 200 brands on Coca-Cola's chopping block, Tab was one of them. The efforts so far have been fruitless. Coca-Cola has given no indication it will bring Tab back. Yeah, that's really interesting. Tab superfan Trish Priest. There's a Tab superfan. She said she lived in fear of it being discontinued for years. When the notification came out that Coca-Cola was going to stop making it, I had people I hadn't spoken to in 10 years call me to give me their condolences. Priest drinks about 3 cans of Tabs a day. She started stockpiling cases of Tab in 2020 when she realized the drink would soon be gone. She has 23 12-packs left, and she's rationing her supply. She'll hang on to it, the final case, for posterity.
Huh. They say that it's no different than regular soda. If she's drinking 3, that doesn't help you lose weight. And if she's drinking 3 a day, that's really, really unhealthy.
Yes. I just remember it being nasty too, unless they changed their formula.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
like,
think so.
okay, it's Coca-Cola, so Tab is different than Diet Coke. Let's do a taste test.
Yeah, I don't even recognize it from on store shelves. I didn't even know it had left. I thought it had been gone for 20 years.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, let's see. People often accuse others of living in the past, but it turns out everyone is by exactly 15 seconds. Researchers from the University of California, Berkeley have discovered that the human brain shows you images from 15 seconds in the past, instead of trying to update your vision in real time. Just like a social media feed, the brain is constantly uploading new and rich visual stimuli. However, to keep everything that our eyes are taking in every second of every day in order, the study finds the brain actually presents us with an image from 15 seconds earlier. What?
It's kind of like your machine that delays the radio signal.
Huh?
Because is that 7 seconds maybe or something?
It's adjustable. I think today it's
Okay.
at 15.
Okay. So the same as our brains.
Wow. Huh. All right. The study senior author explains if our brains were always updating in real time, the world would be a jittery place with constant fluctuations in shadow, light, and movement, and we'd feel like we were hallucinating all the time. Our brain is like a time machine. It keeps sending us back in time. It's like we have an app that consolidates our visual input every 15 seconds into one impression so we can handle everyday life. Wow.
I'm kind of caught up in how did they test this and how did they discover it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody had to give up their brain.
But it's for science.
It wasn't me, even though it seems like it might have been.
All right. I think I'll skip the next one, go to this one. Delivering pizza isn't cheap or easy, and you need to find reliable employees with vehicles, which we know is really hard right now. And many employers are struggling to attract workers. To deal with the labor shortage, Domino's is offering a $3 discount to customers who pick up their own orders. The pizza chain is promoting the coupon as a tip for buyers who take the time and energy out of their day to act as their own delivery drivers. The tip comes in the form of a coupon code that customers can use on another carryout order in the next week. They kind of put limits on it, though. You have to get more pizza in the next week. Sounds kind of like a scam. The deal comes ahead of the Super Bowl and will last through May 22nd. The pizza giant typically sells 2 million pizzas on Super Bowl Sunday alone, one of the biggest days for the industry.
Wow. After his weekly meal at a Chinese restaurant, a North Carolina man used the numbers in his fortune cookie to play the lottery, and now he's $4 million richer. Huh.
I've tried that, and it's never worked for me.
60-year-old Gabriel Fierro says he played the numbers on a whim after his meal at the Red Bull restaurant, where he and his wife go weekly. In 2019, a Maryland man won $100,000 after his fortune cookie said it was his lucky day. 2014, a New York woman won $2 million prize using numbers from her cookie. And in 2005, 110 people from around the country each won $100,000 playing Powerball numbers from fortune cookies. Huh. Been missing the boat here. Lottery officials found out cookies all came from one location that makes 4 million of them a day. And the last fortune cookie I had said, "Life is a bumpy road and you're someone who should buckle up."
Well, it kind of makes sense that 110 people won it, playing those numbers, because you know that you'll get a cookie and your dinner mate will get the same fortune, right? So they must have a limited number of fortunes they actually stick in there. So
fortune cookie fortunes are not real.
Oh, okay. Hey, astronomers are trying to come up with a plan for when an asteroid threatens Earth.
Oh.
Yeah, the popular Netflix movie, if you haven't seen it, called Don't Look Up, is a satirical send-up of two astronomers' attempts to warn an indifferent world to the civilization-ending threat of an imminent asteroid impact. At the heart of the movie is a question of what to do in the face of a threat from a 10-kilometer diameter asteroid heading straight towards us. That's a similar size to the asteroid that killed off the dinosaurs some 65 million years ago. If we had only 6 months warning, could we save civilization? Now
scary.
we have the answer thanks to the work of Philip Lubin and Alexander Cohen at the University of California, Santa Barbara, who have worked out how the world can defend itself in such a situation and in what circumstances this defense would be futile. The bottom line is that Earth could probably defend itself against a 10-kilometer asteroid given 6 months' notice, but anything much larger would be beyond hope. So they came up with a couple of possibilities. One possibility is to nudge the asteroid away from Earth. However, this takes time and certainly longer than the 6-month scenario that they chose to investigate. Another option is to attempt to vaporize the asteroid. This means converting it from solid to a presumably harmless gas. That requires significant amounts of energy, and Lubin and Cohen said this needs at least 50 times the world's entire nuclear arsenal.
Probably not going to work out.
Probably not going to work out. And another option is to blow up the asteroid into smaller pieces and allow these fragments to hit the Earth. While each smaller piece by itself would do significantly less damage than the initial asteroid, this approach is also doomed. Lubin and Cohen pointed out that the fragments will still deposit the same amount of energy into the atmosphere as the original asteroid. And you know, what was the show with Bruce Willis? I'm drawing a blank now.
Well, they came out, Armageddon and Deep Impact. Yes. They both came out at the same time.
Yeah. So Armageddon was the one where they send up something to blow it into smaller pieces.
So basically what they deduced, they skipped the one. If they had longer time, we could gently nudge it away. But basically they're saying all the other ones, we're going to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
If you haven't seen Don't Look Up, I thought it was really interesting. Brad thought it was really stupid. But it is kind of one of those, you're watching it and you're realizing kind of the connection between how people in this movie looked at the imminent destruction from an asteroid compared to how a lot of people looked at the virus. You know, you're trying to warn people, the experts are trying to warn people, and everybody's like, it's a hoax, you're making too much out of it, it's really not going to happen. And so to see those connections,
the correlations, that's exactly what I thought watching the movie. Is this was them making, whoever made this movie, making fun of the human condition about the virus. That I kind of took it as a slap toward the virus, the movie itself, because of those correlations, and it wasn't very good. Who's in that? Leonardo DiCaprio? Is that who it was?
Yes, and Jennifer Lawrence.
I can't believe those two big
Meryl
stars signed up for that movie. I mean, they're huge stars. I can't believe they signed up for that Netflix film. Did they read the script?
Yeah, and you know, it got a lot of publicity around it. Yeah, and there was so many, like I said, things that you could tell they were making fun of our situation, not fun of, but looking at it in a satirical way of, the last few years for us, from the way the president reacted to the situation to the way the public reacted, all of that. And you're like, oh my gosh.
It is kind of a poke at the state of America.
Yes.
I would say, definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should we move along this morning?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Are you ready for some breakfast?
I am.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
A little fun as we wrap up your KCHW morning show. We do that with odd news. And the first part's called News Attack, where the first sentence is a true statement and the second sentence is a poorly written joke.
Very poorly.
Very poorly.
A NASA crew has begun a simulated 45-day trip to Mars. Their primary mission is to see which pizza chain can deliver to the red planet in less than 6 months.
Oh.
But remember, Domino's is paying you now to pick it up in person, so.
Yeah. Gonna need a space shuttle. Probably shouldn't have scrapped them.
Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't heard, the NASA crew also has begun a simulated 45-day trip to Mars. Yeah. To simulate distance, all communication between the crew and NASA will be delayed by 5 minutes, which, as any wife will tell you, is a typical response time of a husband watching TV. Unless it's Star Trek, when they won't even hear you.
Not at all. Researchers think Earth may contain 9,200 tree species that have yet to be discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck trying to find them, though. They're hiding in the woods.
Have I seen this tree before?
Uh,
American Scent. What?
My husband's going to get a kick out of that story just because we make the comment about, being able to find Bigfoot in the woods. So I'm going to have to tell him.
Americans send almost 10 million tons of furniture to landfills each year. Not me. I've been using the same lawn and beanbag chairs in the living room for 10 years.
I've seen them.
Yes, I've actually had a lawn chair in my apartment before. That's kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
Yeah.
A study found that some fish use urination as a means of communicating. Yeah, you heard it here first. And that's just one more reason why you can't get me to swim in a lake.
I'll take the pool. Study found that some fish use urination. How come I have to do it again? Urination is a means of communicating. If you took a big bite of your lunch and then realized too late that your lunch was attached to a fishing hook, you'd pee yourself too.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
All right.
Skip that.
Oh, thank you. That was so stupid. A poll found 8 in 10 adults feel stress weekly.
Aw.
Yeah, and those 8 prefer to take it out on the other 2.
Because they're wimps. Yeah, they're there.
Misery loves company.
All right, on to the world of wacky but true. We don't add anything to these but sound effects because all the stupidity's self-contained. Connecticut, there's where we're going. A Connecticut homeowner accidentally set his house ablaze while trying to thaw his property with a flamethrower. This doesn't seem like a problem at all.
No.
Homeowner had been using a flamethrower to melt ice and snow and accidentally set the side of the house on fire. The exterior wall was in flames when firefighters arrived, but it was quickly extinguished, and the home was basically saved. So,
not saved from the stupidity of its owner, though.
It did make it, though. It did make it through a good day. And let's go live to the scene.
Jeez, I'm an idiot.
There you go.
Friday night out turned into a melee in Pennsylvania at a Golden Corral restaurant. Say it isn't so. Now police are trying to figure out how it started. A former employee of the restaurant says he was told the fight may have happened after a customer became enraged when the buffet ran out of steak. Punches were thrown and chairs were flying in a brawl that police believe may have involved more than 40 people.
And a Golden Corral?
Food fight.
Wow. And obviously there's no social distancing going on there, right?
Obviously not.
Huh. And, it was a Golden Corral, so the guy that started it, he had to be, like, really big and fat, right?
Oh, huge.
Yeah, like 400 pounds. Just guessing. It was a Golden Corral.
Oh.
All right. Police in Missouri said officers are trying to find the owner of an unusual piece of misplaced property. A donkey. Oh, I think people be lining up. It's mine. The Burns Mill Police Department said in a Facebook post that police initially were in disbelief Sunday when they received a call about a donkey on the loose. Officers were able to round up the loose donkey with the help of some wonderful, caring neighbors. I wonder what the donkey has to say about that. Police said they are trying to find the donkey's owner so the animal can be returned home. Aww.
Aww.
You think you'd notice it if you were missing your donkey, right?
If this wasn't public radio, I'd say you'd notice it if you lost your...
I think I need a hug.
And one more comment from Donkey.
I just know before this is over, I'm going to need a whole lot of serious therapy. Look at my eye twitching.
All right, too easy.
The kids used to sing some sort of song. I don't even remember. I want to ride on my donk.
Wow, don't sing that again.
It's pretty funny coming from a 6-year-old.
All
I'll
right.
tell you.
All
right. Florida officials released a list of the personalized license plate requests they rejected in 2021, including T. Bundy and F-A-A-A-R-T. Fart.
That's the best way I've ever seen that spelled.
The Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles said state law allows the agency to reject any vanity plate requests deemed to be obscene or objectionable, and many are rejected by office staff before the request reaches the agency. The department said that more than 500 plate requests were rejected for containing obscenities, including profanity and letter and number combinations deemed to be offensive or making reference to offensive topics. Several were recalled to the agency after being reported by members of the public.
Aww.
So there was everything from nuts, spelled with lots of U's, to white trash, to
Be careful what you spell.
yeah, exactly. Drug man, I fart. There was quite a few there.
Oh, I don't get the why they'd be like all weirded out about the fart one. It's not that bad. I mean, they happen all the time.
Exactly, or the I fart one.
Yeah.
It's not.
And that's
that
such
bad,
and
is
that's
it?
such a popular one. That's like something I would drive around with.
I fart in your general direction.
Exactly. Huh. It seems like they're a little uptight.
Yeah.
I do want to drive around with one though. What was it? WHTRA5H white trash.
Yeah, the white trash one.
I'm sorry. Sounds fun. On to a court in Sweden who ruled a salesman who chipped a tooth on a cookie while visiting a customer was entitled to compensation for his dental work because it happened on the job.
Oh.
The court ruled the injury was work-related because it occurred while on the job.
On the job.
Nice.
That's interesting.
So if you ever chip a tooth at work, you know it's covered, all right? But he should have listened to that one guy on the other side of the room.
Put that cookie down now!
When Arnold tells you to do something, you should pay attention.
Right. He knew it was hard and it was going to be, oh,
A mortuary service in Russia seems to believe that sex sells, even in death. And have you read this one? Make sure it's okay.
It sounds awesome to me.
Okay, undertakers in Moscow are facing backlash over their decision to enlist scantily clad women for a stunt to promote funeral services for all categories of citizens on Instagram and TikTok. The 42-second clip, branded tasteless and offensive on social media, shows women in lingerie and high heels posing with coffins, including one buxom babe who hopped inside the casket and moved around while another gal put her leg atop to close that portion of the casket. One thong-wearing girl even posed on top of the closed casket with her booty in the air.
Aww.
The video ad says, "We have our own staff of qualified agents who supervise the organization of the funeral at every stage, from paperwork to the ritual." The campaign was reportedly created by Hronim's 29-year-old social media manager.
Who does not believe in anything politically correct.
Evidently not. It's like, oh yeah, that's the way I want to die.
Oh, yeah. I'd be the guy running down the street.
Bring out your dead!
Because we got dancing girls and stuff.
And stuff.
And then they realized...
Oh, no! We suck again!
Yes! All right, that is your odd news for
Tuesday.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
Oh, not really. I got a side note. All right, this is really exciting. It is Tuesday. That means it's Jazz Night, right? We got Dr. Jazz in at 6. And some special kudos to Dr. Jazz. He just picked up a radio station in California, and he was so excited a couple weeks ago. A radio station in New Orleans, the home of jazz, has just picked up Dr. Jazz Show syndicated. So he's doing backflips. So
that is so cool.
It is. So Dr. Jazz in New Orleans. And the really cool thing about it is all of his shows end with Dr. Jazz is produced at the KCHW studios in Chewela, Washington. So, all right.
It's incredible.
Yes, congratulations for Dr. Jazz. Now going to New Orleans. Oh, my gosh. It's so cool. All right. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Scott.
And I'm Val.
And we thank you for being here, too, Val. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, there's one thing about me and my sister you should know.
Well, we shot a lot of people together. It's been great.
Not really. All right, how about this? Here.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
I fart in your general direction. Surprise! Surprise!
Put that cookie down now!
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Loon Lake, Clayton.
The time is exactly 9 o'clock.
Your KCH